Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Welcome to your mystery reading. The first thing that we're going to do is shuffle out one major arcana from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot to get the context or the general energy of your reading. If you want to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, you can also find me on TikTok. I just do more readings over there. The link to that will be in the description if you're interested. And before I get you your major arcana, remember that this is a general reading on the internet that is, there's a chance it's going to be for more than one person. So if some message isn't resonating or you're really struggling to find the meaning in it, just let it go. That's okay. If it's truly a message that you need, it'll make its way back around again, I'm feeling. And, just whatever doesn't resonate, it's likely just meant for someone else. So that's okay. But for your major arcana, we have... if it'll let me take it. Ooh, we have the devil, I said the devil with a B. I also saw 111, and I felt called to say El Diablo, or I don't know, that might be a mix between Spanish and Italian, but a different language, learning a different language could be significant, or just a different language in general could be significant. That's a very vague message there. But I think I also saw 122. Definitely change does start with you as a message that's coming through, especially with the devil here. The universe and someone's spirit guides really want to talk to them about their self-destructive habits and what they choose to invest in. Let me think for a second. To me in tarot, the devil here is definitely a reflection of your self-destructive self. So there could be something here about looking in the mirror or mirroring. The book Simplified Astrology or Letters to a Starseed could be significant. And I also saw 222. Self-destruction is definitely the main big thing that you are being called to remove from your life in terms of, removing things that no longer serve you. But I'm feeling like it's like letting go of self-destruction overall is going to come in bits and pieces. So definitely I feel the message coming through for someone that if you're really, really struggling to not be stubborn and to not allow your frustration to do self-destructive and impulsive things, forgive yourself and be patient with yourself, because this healing is going to happen in bits and pieces. Healing happens in cycles. And I also feel called to say that when you feel like you're spiraling or you're going to that dark place again, that's the most perfect time to really understand why you are self-destructive, because that's when those thoughts and those feelings that push you to be self-destructive are really, really activated. So when you do feel those impulses, the first thing you should do is to put the brakes on it. I just saw 333. Really, halt yourself and slow yourself down. I just felt this message, slow the hell down. So I do feel someone's spirit guides are coming through to try to guide them to not move through life so quickly, to stop and smell the roses. Roses in general could be significant. I'm also thinking of that book, Letters to a Starseed. But yeah, if you're not focused on removing self-destructive habits from your life, that's definitely what this reading is going to be about and what the universe and your spirit guides want to address at this time. And I'm feeling something here about people who watch tarot readings with, like when it comes to spirituality and faith, are you doing it just for the magic? Or are you there for all of it? The healing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Seeing 432. Trust that everything happens for a reason. I'm not really sure how that could resonate with the messages that have been coming through. So I'm going to leave that vague. And I just saw 444. Maybe it's about trusting that everything is, the challenges at home or at work or with the people in your life, they're happening for a reason. And definitely don't be afraid to face those challenges. You're definitely being called to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because life is just not about being in your comfort zone, unfortunately. I really wish it was the same. It took a lot for me to want to go outside of my comfort zone. So just know that, nobody's saying that overcoming your fears is easy. It's absolutely not. But nobody is also saying that it's impossible. You just have to be willing to be patient enough with the process, with the healing process. And if you truly are, into spirituality for the right reasons, you will have the patience and the effort that you need to see the magic that you really, really want to see. And also, when it comes to manifesting the magic that you want to see, there's something here about being a little more realistic and also keeping an open mind about what that magic actually is. To me, I think the closest to magic that we're going to get, at least based on what I know, is the signs and the messages, synchronicities, really cool stuff like that from the universe and our spirit guides. So if you are seeing those messages and those signs that are really trying to nudge you, definitely pay attention to those, especially if you want to see more magic down the line. We're going to look deeper into this with the Prisma Visions Tarot, and I'm actually excited for this because I've done readings like this before where I'll use major arcanas for the general energy, and getting the devil, pretty sure I've never gotten it before. So let's see what this is about. We have the Judgment card. There's actually a lot of green here, a lot of blue. Those could be significant colors for someone. Maybe it has something to do with your chakras. I heard chakras, so I don't know if someone pronounces them that way. That could be a sign for someone. Let me get some water. And seeing the Judgment card as the first card to come through, this is really saying something about how you're not seeing things for what they are, and that's what's really pushing you to be self-destructive. There are lies that you tell yourself that really gives you a distorted outlook on life and the world and your opportunities. There's definitely something here about changing your perspective on the opportunities that you have. This doesn't have to resonate for everyone, but there could be some fears in the way that are really holding you back from seeing all of the opportunities that you truly do have. Remember that, healing, it improves your judgment and it makes your intuition and your inner voice much louder, and it really sharpens those psychic gifts or abilities. So if you are here for the spiritual stuff, if you're here for all of it, definitely, 1 second. With the dog barking, this definitely makes me think that the universe or your spirit guides are really trying to alert you of something or warn you of something, and you really need to listen to those warnings. Especially with the devil here, you could really be getting yourself into some tricky, sticky, scary situations if you, I want to say don't get your act together, that's what I felt, but if you don't prioritize you and your health mentally, and emotionally and physically, you really need to be focused on giving so much to yourself right now. And if it's hard for you to give more to yourself, that's even more healing to do. You really need to look deep at where your stubbornness comes from and, really gauge if it's worth, if what you want, if having things your way is worth being that stubborn. I don't know. I tried my best to word that correctly, but yeah, there goes my camera again. I'm seeing 111. I don't know. Ever since I moved to where I live now, my camera actually just started acting up in the past week. I just saw 1, 2, 3, and so I don't know why it's doing that. It's just doing it. So that could definitely be a sign for someone about a strong spiritual presence. Maybe something is like an entity or a spirit guide or something like that is really trying to make its presence known to you. And, I definitely feel called to say don't be afraid, because, it can only hurt you if you let it. If this is like an entity kind of thing, 1 second. like ghosts and stuff like that, the best thing you can do is ignore it, because it's trying to get a reaction out of you, a fear reaction out of you. Those kinds of things, they thrive on fear. So the best way to ward this off is to ignore it and to trust that the universe has your back. I am feeling something here about maybe some spiritual concepts that you believe in. Wherever you learned it from, it came from a place of deception. Maybe there are some readers or spiritual people that you know who aren't in it for all of it. Did I forget to mention that if my camera acts up, don't worry about it? I don't know why it's doing that. One second. Hello? Okay. Well, let me see if I can fix this real quick. If not, we're going to have to live with it. Okay, so my camera acting up has been so distracting. So if it bothers you, sorry, not sorry. There's nothing I can really do about it. And if it bothers you that much, that's okay. This reading is just not meant for you. But there's definitely a lot of fear here that's really distorting your judgment and pushing you to make decisions that you don't actually trust or really believe in. So yeah, definitely whenever you go to make a decision that is risky, especially, slow your roll, slow down, and really feel if this is the decision that you truly do want to make, knowing that there are going to be consequences. You, to some degree, you do get to choose the consequences that you face. We're going to go ahead and get the next card. Hopefully we can see it. But we have Temperance here. Where is it focusing at, actually? Nope, it's not working. Well, I guess you just won't see that card because this is just acting up and there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm just going to accept it, because this could be like a spiritual experience that I can't really explain. So 111, I saw that too. Definitely trust yourself. 122, trust that change starts with you. Temperance could actually be a significant card for someone with the style that I've been doing with Temperance right here. I had a reading with that, so that could be significant for someone. Actually, there's only major arcanas in this reading. We also have the crown chakra and the solar plexus. There's a symbol here for a planet that I don't know. This is either Jupiter or Saturn, but there is Sagittarius. Temperance here is really about being where you truly are meant to be and where you deserve to be. Feeling distracted for a second, hold on. And it's also about going with the flow, moving with the current rather than against it. My camera being blurry right now, this could also be about you having blurry vision, another sign about not seeing things for what they are, which really comes from not seeing yourself for who you are. So Temperance could also be about recognizing, accepting, and embracing both the light aspects of you and the dark aspects of you, unconditionally loving yourself as a whole instead of conditionally loving yourself, and only loving certain parts of yourself. You deserve to be loved unconditionally, even if people in your life don't treat you like you deserve to be treated. Definitely don't care more about how you feel about yourself rather than how others feel about you. Seeing 3, 2, 1, trust that everything happens for a reason, that these people are misunderstanding you for a reason. Remember that it comes from an insecure place. They're not even seeing themselves for who they are, so how can you expect them to see you for who you are, And I really wish my camera would stop being blurry because it's so irritating, but I'm going to try to let it go. Seeing 3, 4, 5. I'm really feeling that this is happening for a reason. It could be a sign or a message for somebody, or it could just be a spiritual thing for me, I really feel like I'm getting guidance about some sort of presence. But, you know, a presence at my home, which could also reflect some sort of spiritual presence where you are. But remember that you are stronger than whatever it is. Just ignore it. And really, really tap into your courage and your faith. I'm sorry if this reading seems kind of all over the place. There's been a lot of distractions, so please don't mind that, and you know, pay attention to the messages that you came here for. I saw 432. For your last card, we have the Magician, which you can barely see, but we also have the Throat Chakra with this card. And actually, there are only major arcanas on this table. This is a very, very, very powerful reading for someone. I also feel like that there are some spiritual gifts, some strong spiritual gifts that you have, that spirituality and stuff could really help you tap into, that your healing is definitely going to help you tap into. I felt something here about maintenance, but with the Magician here, you can't really see, but there's like a little person in between his hands. There's definitely something here about using your hands to, you know, create something magical. You know, there's definitely something here about creating magic. But with the Magician here, this is all about your manifesting power, and to really tap into that, you first have to tap into your ability to create stability and security, that Emperor kind of energy. We know we're always manifesting. I just saw 543, trust that everything happens for a reason. The challenges in your life are really trying to push you to become stronger in terms of having more control over your reality and being able to manifest better outcomes. But what I was trying to say is that we're always manifesting, and you know, how we show up for ourselves really, really impacts the kind of outcomes that we have in our life. You know, you really need to take, you know, your self-destructive habits and loving yourself so much more seriously. And if you already do take it seriously, take it even more seriously. But I almost can't believe how powerful this energy is. Okay, so I kind of want to try to fix the camera one more time, and if it does it again, we're just going to leave it alone until the reading is over. Okay, so as you can see, it's moving a little bit. It might get blurry again. I don't know. We're just going to leave it alone. But yeah, well, let me see if there's anything else that I can get from this before I move on. We have your Judgment, moving with the flow, your manifestation power. Your Judgment really, really does have a lot of control over your reality. And what has a lot of control over your Judgment is how you look at yourself. I don't know how many times I've been saying it, but you really, really need to take how you look at yourself more seriously. You need to look at yourself more unconditionally. I'm really, really feeling that you're not just light and you're not just dark. You never will be. You know, just because you ignore the darker aspects of yourself or the lighter aspects of yourself, that doesn't mean, you know, it's not there. This isn't a you can't see me and I can't see you situation. But yeah, with the Throat Chakra, actually, I do feel called to talk about the chakras, which I'm seeing 111, so definitely going to talk about those. I don't know, honestly, a lot of information about chakras, but what I do know is the crown chakra, at least for me, this is a message about receiving information and downloads from the universe. This is definitely about, like, healing is really, really going to open a channel for you to receive messages and signs and stuff like that from the universe. There's definitely something here about your intuition becoming a lot stronger. And with the solar plexus, this makes me think a lot about standing in your power. And the Throat Chakra, about using your voice. You need to stand in your power and use your voice so that way you can receive more messages and guidance and wisdom from the universe that you could really, really put towards something special, something that you really want to work on or will want to work on that has to do with making a difference. Just know that, you know, your destructive habits, how powerful they are, that's just a reflection of how powerful your self-love can be. The destruction that you create in your life is just a reflection of the love that you can create in your life. It's really just about changing or flipping your perspective, definitely about yourself. And naturally, changing your perspective about yourself is going to change your perspective about the world. You're definitely going to see your opportunities more. I just saw 2, 3, 4. Trust that everything happens for a reason. The universe wants you to see your opportunities more for a reason. It really wants you to have more. So to wrap up this reading, I'm going to get a couple cards from this box of cards that I made. For your first card, it says, trust that things will go well. Release fear, find peace, trust, and the calm within the storm. I definitely feel that trust is something that you really, really need to work on. Trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting that good things can happen for you. No matter what challenges you face, you need to trust that everything's going to be okay. Even if you face some very difficult challenges and even like death, like you're gonna be okay. It's just the change and the transformation that's scary. I saw 3, 2, 1 and then 3, 3, 3. You're being called to learn and to grow for a reason. It's really going to help you expand. It's going to help you have more. It's going to help you have more of what you deserve. Seeing 3, 4, 5, trust that everything happens for a reason. Yeah, with the release fear, there's definitely, it depends. It really depends who's watching this, but to some degree, there is some fear here that is causing you to make decisions that are not in alignment spiritually. It comes from a more egoic place rather than a spiritual or soulful place. Find peace, trust, and the calm within the storm. Finding peace. Finding peace is not about having 0 challenges in your life. It's about helping yourself find the courage to accept the challenges in your life. There's something very, very powerful here about being the calm within the storm. And I feel like there are some difficult decisions that you may have to face in the future. And that's why it's really, really important for you to learn how to be the calm within the storm. So that way fears don't push you to make the wrong decision. We never make wrong decisions because they're always going to lead us to where we're meant to be. But when I say wrong decision, I mean a decision that is going to lead to destruction. Excuse me. But there is a tornado there, so that could be significant. Maybe if you live in the Midwest or in the middle of America. Maybe there's something here about facing your fear of tornadoes or destruction or natural disasters. I don't know. That's definitely going to resonate differently for everybody. But the last card that we have is stop fantasizing by reminding yourself of reality. Now that's definitely going to be a hard thing to hear. I really feel like spiritually there's something off here. Like maybe there's somewhere that you're receiving guidance from that does not come from a true and genuine place. Be careful of the tarot readers and the information that you consume because, I don't know, I just saw 5, 5, 5, the best person that is going to give you the best guidance is you. And there's nothing wrong with seeking guidance from others, but the goal here is to be able to lead yourself. Because when you do that, it's going to be so much easier to really understand what information is trustworthy and what isn't. I definitely feel that there is someone here that has a very big heart and loves being happy and enjoying life. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. The universe really, really cherishes that about you. But the universe really needs you to also be open to challenges and to balancing out your grace with more courage or your courage with more grace, especially with temperance here. What the universe really needs you to do is to find balance and peace with things that you can't control. You need to have a strong, strong sense of acceptance here for things that you can't control. I really feel like that's going to have a lot to do with your purpose and the decisions that you make. If you really, really want to tap into your manifestation power and to have better outcomes in your life, you are going to have to take your healing and your faith so much more seriously. And like I said, if you already take it seriously, take it even more seriously. But also, it's like the universe is trying to say, take life seriously, but also don't. Take your decisions more seriously, but don't take what you can't control too seriously. Let me think for a second. Stop fantasizing by reminding yourself of reality. This could be about daydreaming and the universe pushing you to make these dreams a reality as well. Yeah, this reading has definitely been all over the place, but I really, really hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you'd like to hit the like button to show me that, that's the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can donate through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any. Really, really curious of what you have to share, you know, with all the distractions in this reading. But you don't have to if you don't want to. It would just be awesome. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.